Hey, what's going on YouTube? BD Kane 721. Happy Monday morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Today is VR day for me. I've got a couple that I want to do for channels out there that have contests going on. There's a couple of them right now that are very interesting as far as what they're doing for their contests. One channel I've just recently started following, and another channel I've been following for quite a while. So the first one is for a channel called The Card Closet. And I believe his name is Eric, and he just passed the 750 subscriber threshold. So congratulations on that milestone. I know that's really hard to get your sub count up. So that's always a great accomplishment when you can. His contest is asking us to talk about our mom and how our mom has affected our collecting. I think it's something in honor of Mother's Day, which was yesterday. And I think I'm still able to submit on this contest, so I'm looking forward to talking about my mom's influence on my collecting, which really is just one story. I've told it many times on my channel, and I don't ever really get tired of telling it. I'm sure a lot of you out there that watch my channel probably do get tired of listening to it, but I'm going to tell it again just for this contest. I grew up in southern New Jersey, in the same town that Mike Trout grew up in, went to the same high school he did. My oldest brother went to high school with Mike Trout's dad. So we come from a small town, and even though I don't know Mike Trout personally, I don't know his family, I never met him. You know, when you come from small towns, you kind of feel like you know everybody, and you're very proud of when people in your small town, make it big some way or another. So Mike Trout is a very popular topic in my hometown, which I just visited last week, and there's still Mike Trout mania going on all over town. A lot of people talk about him all the time. So my mom, back in 2011, when she knew that I was getting back into the hobby after being away from it for very long, went to a local card shop. I think it was in the off season, if I remember correctly, and she was, without any instructions from me, without any information for me, just took it upon herself to go into a card shop and ask the owner for what Mike Trout card she should buy, because he was just really starting his major league career. And of course, the card shop owner pointed her towards the update series card. And at that time, this card was raw. There were a couple of them in the case. My mom just said, just pick one for me, I'll buy it. And the store owner picked this one, gave it to my mom, and the next time I was home, my mom gave it to me and said, keep this in your collection. Hopefully one day he'll become something great, maybe a Hall of Famer someday. And from her lips to God's ears, it really was something that came true. Obviously, in the next 10 years, he became one of the best players in the game. I know right now things are a little bit murky as far as his future, but a couple years ago, I sent this card into PSA for grading and was really excited to get this back as a 10. So it has a very special place in my collection because it was something that my mom did for me. It's really the only thing that I can point to where my mom had some kind of influence in my collecting. So hopefully that's good enough for you, Eric, in your contest. Go check him out. Go check out his channel. I left a link below. And hopefully we can get a subscriber number up even farther than 750. So, all right, on to the second one. It's for my best buddy in all of the land, Scott over at Reindeer Studios. He is doing a 1,500 subscriber contest, which is amazing. I can't believe that number. I can't even imagine what that feels like to have that many subscribers following your channel. I'm inching towards 900 right now, so hopefully someday I'll be able to get there. But he is asking us to talk about our favorite uniforms for any team out there, any league, any sport. For me, I'm a baseball guy, so I'm just going to talk real quickly about the favorite uniforms that I enjoy or have enjoyed throughout the years. Of course, for me, it's obviously going to be the Padres uniform is going to be my favorite uniform. I just have this one card here, 1982 Donruss Ozzie Smith when he was still with the Padres. The brown and gold is classic. It is unique. It's something that really nobody in the league has. The color brown is a very difficult color to have as part of a uniform. So they've made it work. They've made it work for many years. They went on a break for a while there from the 90s all the way up till, what was it, 2020 or 21 that they switched over to the brown and gold. And everybody here in San Diego loves the brown and gold. I don't know that they'll ever go back to anything else other than that. But when you go back to like the 70s and 80s, the uniform was fantastic. So by far for me, that is my favorite uniform. But there were a couple other teams in the league that I really liked their uniform when I was growing up back on the East Coast. I was a big Philadelphia Phillies fan growing up and went to a lot of their games, especially in the 80s. And in the 80s, they had a uniform that I thought was the best uniform at the time, and that was the light blue uniform with sort of the burgundy red trim and helmets and hats. I just absolutely love this. I had a couple of jerseys back then, would wear them to school when I was in elementary school and that sort of stuff. So I don't know if they wear them very often nowadays. So any of you Philly fans out there can tell me whether or not they do put it in the rotation, as sort of a throwback uniform to be wearing. But here's a 2020 Bowman card of Bryce Harper wearing that uniform. I just love it. I've loved that uniform ever since I was a kid, and always like seeing it when they do wear it. I think they do wear it every once in a while for, I think, home games, if I'm not mistaken. But lastly, though, I watched a lot of Phillies games, but I also saw a lot of Pittsburgh Pirates games. And for me, the black and gold combination is one of the best. Other than the brown and gold for the Padres, I think the black and gold combinations for any sport, whether it's professional or college, are always, I think, the best looking. And the Pirates have had some great uniforms throughout the years. I always look back to when they were wearing these painter-style hats for their baseball hats. I know Barry Bonds, this is a 1986 traded Barry Bonds card. But I'm really more or less talking about the hats and uniforms that they wore back in the 70s. You know, I always think of people like Kent Coley with his weird pitching style wearing that uniform and watching that as a kid, and always amazed at watching him throw the ball and wearing that hat and those really yellow uniforms in great combination. So those are my favorite uniforms, I think, in the major leagues, at least at this point. There's some great ones out there, obviously. There's a mix and match of just colors and history and tradition. I just think it's fantastic. So great contest, Scott. I really do appreciate you putting that on right now, something for us to talk about. I hope that was enough for you to enter me into your list of candidates. But that's it for now, guys. I will be back later this week with probably another showcase of my collection. I'm not sure what I'm going to be showing this week, but I'm sure it'll be something pretty cool. So I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.